Welcome to New Cats on the Block. Welcome back to New Cats on the Block. We are coming off a tough loss to the Miami of Ohio RedHawks, which I thought would be an easy game, and then I realized when I started it that I believe they were quarterbacked by Big Ben. So it ended up being a tough one all around, on all cylinders. So we're heading into Duke today to finish off our out-of-conference games. And Duke, as you can see on the screen, it's obviously a little bit more even. They're probably better than we are, just how they've been performing so far this season. But as we all know, or you may know in real life, Duke Blue Devil football is terrible. It's awful. It's very bad. And in research and preparation for this video, I just went back through and checked their yearly results in the game. In the year that this game takes place, they would go 4-8, which is not good. But it is a step up from where they have been in the previous years and in the late 90s of winning maybe one or two games each year. So I'm anticipating a relatively easy game, but I thought the same thing about playing a MAC school, and we got embarrassed in front of our own fans. So I'm not going to be too confident going into this game here with Duke on the road, but if the trend can be followed, then maybe it's just going to be a bunch of pits and valleys here for year one until we can actually start building some solid talent around our team. So getting familiar with the playbook has also been just kind of part of the growing pains here, finding a way to run the ball efficiently with, again, our best player on the team, who is our running back, and incorporating a lot of the more intricate pass plays. I don't like to get too creative when it comes to these games. You know, I'm not a super savvy football mind. I don't claim to be one. You know, I'm just having fun playing the games. So a lot of the more trickier plays in our playbook, I tend to try and avoid. But the more I played through these sessions, the more I got more comfortable and tried to do a little bit more. But as you saw there, we went 3 and out. So Duke has their first chance with the football, and that's what they're going to do with that. They're going to try some stuff like that. So hopefully they can be a little bit more entertaining down the stretch than some of our other opponents so far this season have been, looking at Air Force. As their quarterback drops back now, and he's got 2 guys there. But a fantastic play by our strong safety gives us a pick going the other way. They had 2 receivers going deep. It looked like all it had to do was beat our strong safety, and he made the amazing athletic play to snag that one out of the air. I thought for sure that he would find at least one of his men as that ball is sent. Beautiful spiral, and 2 receivers sitting there waiting. But our strong safety comes up huge. And now we have another opportunity with this football heading the other way here. As we're going to hand off to the running back, go with the ground game to start things off. And we get a couple yards, but not a whole lot. So mistakes and turnovers have really kind of run the gambit through the season so far here, both for and against us. So the turnover differential here is going to be pretty nuts by the end of the season. I can already tell as we get a huge reception by our receiver number 9, bringing us down by about midfield. And we might even be in Duke Blue Devil territory here early on. So we're going to go to the running back again, trying to earn a couple more yards there. It seems pretty efficient, I guess, for the offense to just try and ground up as much as we can on the ground game, even if it's like 3 or 4 yards at a time, because that seems pretty consistent. I'm not expecting the big home run ball, even though I know in these games that's typically what you can do is you can rely on those big home run balls. As we cannot capitalize on the interception, we have to get the ball back to Duke, but on this short screen pass here, we get to the quarterback after he throws the ball, and we knock him out. We knock him out of the game here, at least for a brief moment. And Duke's going to have to rely on their backup quarterback for the time being as they go with the ground game, probably because they know they don't have a lot of confidence in their backup QB. It's already a 3rd and short for Duke again. Can they convert here and keep their drive alive? Quarterback spends some time, but he ends up getting tackled down by our defensive line who gets to him. And so we're going to force Duke to give us back the ball. The pressure is on defensively. Pretty remarkable performance so far by our boys on the D-line. As we go to the ground game again, he spins away from some tackles and extends that play. He doesn't get very far still, but turning something out of nothing there. But we're facing another 3rd down situation. Can we convert here? We need something. We're going to go to the running back out of the backfield who makes the catch, and we have a 1st down. We're moving a little bit further now into Duke territory. Having a lot of opportunities here on offense thanks to our defense. We haven't capitalized yet. We got to move the ball here. It's 1st and 10 now. We're going to drop back. We'll go over our options. Flip this one out quick to our tight end, who has the catch and makes a few yards there, but just shy of the first down marker. 2nd and short now. We're going to flip it to the running back and try and pick up what we need, and we actually find what we need. And that is one of our other running backs. It's not our main guy here, number 18. And he finds his way just as fine as we end the first quarter here, locked up at 0. We've already had a couple opportunities here, and we're close to scoring. Can we score here? We flip that one out to number 2, who makes a catch through some traffic, and we have our first touchdown of the day. A reservation for 6 for the Wildcats, please. We strike first here on the road in front of a very empty Blue Devil Stadium. A very mild crowd. Number 2's been a pretty big MVP for us so far this year. Hopefully gets a little bit more involved here as we send the kick through. And it's a terrible kick, but thankfully it sailed through before tailing off to the left there. So we now have a 7-0 lead here just to start off the second quarter. As we're going to kick this one off away back to Duke. And Duke doesn't get a whole lot of a return. Moving the ball nice here. I'm glad what our defense has done. 1st and 10, Duke still relying on their backup quarterback here. So they're going to go to the ground game again. The running back gets a couple yards, but not too much. 2nd and short situation now. Can Duke convert, keep their drive alive? Quarterback's going to drop back, look over his options, and the pressure gets to him again. All right, that might be the first time we sack the backup quarterback, but we have picked up a couple already in this game now as Duke's facing a 3rd and long situation now. Can their offense do anything? This quarterback rolls out and throws that one, throws a dot right to our linebacker who's going the other way. He's got one man to beat, and he cannot beat him. So we're going to get brought down by about Duke's 5-yard line. But an absolute dime by the backup quarterback to our linebacker who was sitting and waiting on that pass. Almost as if he was the receiver himself. I don't know what their quarterback saw, but we got that one going the other way. So not too much of an arm punt. But we will take that with the good field position. So we head to the fullback who fumbles the ball on 1st down, just trying to get to the end zone. But it looks like he recovers his own fumble. So we're going to go back to the ground game, and our running back number 18 has that as he busts up the middle and gets us another 6 points. So a pretty wild series of events in just a matter of plays. A very terrible interception by Duke. That is their 2nd one of the game now. We fumble on the very next play, but fortunately regained possession. And one more play is all it took just to punch that one in. So we extended our lead now to 14 over Duke here on the road. And with their backup quarterback, let's see if they can finally get something moving here on offense. They're stalling out here, making a lot of mistakes. 2nd and 10 now for Duke. They got no one in the backfield. Quarterback's looking over his options, and he flips one out to the side there to the receiver, number 12, who makes a catch, a little toe drag catch. Gets a little bit, but not enough. So it's 3rd and short. What can Duke do? They go to the fullback, and he busts up the middle and gets just enough for that 1st down. It's a little bit more even. So Duke is officially moving somewhat here. They might find some chemistry with about 4 minutes left in the second quarter here. This quarterback drops back and throws a dot to his man, number 21. And he was in double, triple coverage potentially. We had that one pretty well covered, and he just found the window, I guess. So Duke has another 1st down. Now they're in Wildcat territory as they find 21 again for another 1st down. So is this Duke offense finally cooking up something? Better late than never. There's still a whole lot of football left to play here, even with Duke's early on mistakes, so we cannot relax. A 14-point lead is not safe. The quarterback's going to drop back now and throws another quick pass and finds number 12 again across the middle, who doesn't have enough for the 1st down, but it's another reception, a consecutive one. And you see their backup quarterback is 4 for 6. I'm pretty sure those 4 have all come in a row. So it's 3rd and short now. Can Duke convert? They go for the reversal there to the fullback, and that play looks like it fell apart as he gets caught up in the middle of the line of scrimmage there, and he's not going anywhere. So Duke is going to face a 4th down, and they were going to send out the field goal unit. and he absolutely punts that ball off of his leg and sends that one right down Main Street. So not a lot of talent. I can imagine probably the roster here in this game for Duke is probably somewhere in the 60s across the board, but their kicker had more than enough power off of his leg to convert that one. So Duke adds some, not a whole lot. We still have a pretty nice lead here, a nice 11-point lead, but we're going to have to stay pretty sharp on offense and keep moving the ball here if we want to keep Duke off. So we're going to drop back now, drop way back, and we had number 2 there going across the middle, but we couldn't quite connect there. The timing was just a little bit off. 2nd and 10 now, we're going to drop back, and we're going to find 2 this time again across the middle, and this time he will catch the ball, run upfield, and get us our first down. So moving quick here, going to see if we can't make something out of a late drive here in the first half, try and add some more points here. We're going to drop back again, and we can't connect again with number 2. The timing is not there today, I guess. But our guys are getting open, so we got to be thankful for that. As we hit number 80 now, right across the middle, he'll get brought down on the 50-yard hash mark there, right on the blue D. And so we'll call our first timeout here and see if we can operate here, run a quick 1minute and 23-second drill, try and get any kind of points. 1st and 10. We're going to drop back. We're going to find number 80, who's got a half step there. Can he get away and break for the end zone? No, he can't. He doesn't have the speed, but a huge gain, which is real important for us. We were going to try and conserve some time, see if we could burn off that last minute and a half there for some points, but it looks like we might not need half as much of that time as we get a huge gain from our receiver number 80. So after about 3 or 4 consecutive targets to number 2, we throw 80 into the mix, and now we are cooking deep in Blue Devil territory. Threatening to add even more points here before this half is over. So what can we do? We make a bad throw off the back foot, and that one is nearly intercepted. We haven't made too many mental mistakes like that so far, so I'm going to try and stay away from that, but 2nd goal now, and we cannot escape the mistakes. I just mentioned it because I had the feeling. I had a gut feeling that we were going to do something stupid, and we throw a horrible pass into double, triple coverage, and that one is intercepted in the end zone, and Duke's going to kneel and take that one at the 20. So just a minute left. What can Duke's offense do? They can get sacked and eat some grass. That's what they can do as we get to their backup quarterback again for the 2nd or 3rd time today. And they're going to blow a timeout because they're only going to have 45 seconds now. And now they're facing a 3rd and very long. Can Duke do anything here to keep it going? As they're going to stick with the ground game here and I guess maybe try and move a few more yards. Eat up some clock here and try and burn us into the half. But no, we want that time. We want that time. That's more than enough time for us to try and do something. So with just a little under 30 seconds, can we add some points? Can we make up for a previous mistake as we find number 2, who's got the ball, breaks some tackles, and fumbles on the way down, giving this one back to Duke. Man, oh man. The fumbles this game. If we're not throwing picks, we're coughing the ball up. Why are they coughing my football up on the ground? I don't understand. So Duke now, who seemed to be pretty dead for the first half, has gotten now 2 possessions within the last minute or so of the first half. But they're facing another 3rd down situation. So is it going to be all over for them as we get to the backup quarterback again? Number 9 goes down. He's going to eat a little bit more grass today as the clock is just going to continue to tick down. And we're going to all go to the half and just try to collect ourselves and play a little bit better of a game. This is just real sloppy all around as we hold on to that 14-3 lead. But four turnovers between both squads here early on in this game has made for a pretty ugly and scrappy football game. Fortunately, we've been able to capitalize at least off a mistake or 2 by Duke. And remember, they're playing with their backup quarterback now. And I don't think he returns for the game. I must have cut out, I guess, where the injury update was. But they got their starter back in. I remember that in the game, I think it said 2 quarters. So he was injured for the rest of the first quarter and was out all the second quarter. But he is back. He took some time, I guess, in the locker room and is come right back out just to eat more grass. His O-line is giving him zero help. No help whatsoever. He did not miss a beat here as Duke is facing a third and super, super long to try and convert here fresh out of the locker room into the second half. And they do it. Their starter number 16 is going to lay up a dot to their receiver on the right side of the field. Again, we had guys over there. It seemed pretty well covered, but a nice, beautiful pass all the way out to number 84 is going to get Duke the yards that they need, and their drive out of the half is into the second half is going to continue as they give it to on the ground to the running back, and their starting running back now has an injury. So they're going to have to go to the backup running back now, just as they got their starter. And their quarterback lobs that one up. Very, very dangerous pass. That didn't have really a chance. And that's going to do that for Duke's first drive in the second half. So we're going to head to our ground game and not going to get an awful lot off of that first run. I want to try and strike early here, but we're facing a 3rd and 10 already. So we're going to drop back, take us some time here, and we find number 2 who gets brought down right at the marker. So it's a good catch here. Got to try and move the ball. And we fortunately did have the first down here. Facing a 2nd and 8 situation. And we find number 2 again on an island in the middle of the field, surrounded by Blue Devils. But none of them were close enough to make a play on that ball as we get another huge chunk play to our number 1 target so far this season. Facing a 3rd and 10 situation now. Our back's against the wall a lot on this drive. We've got to try and move. We've got to try and do something. And we throw a horrendously dangerous pass to nothing but Duke Blue Devils. And fortunately, that one just hits the ground. But that is going to do it for our opening drive in the second half. So Duke is going to get an opportunity to try and answer back. So they're backup running back, and they're going to pitch it to him on the option. But we have that one pretty well covered. So Duke's going nowhere with the option play. Stalling out a lot here on offense in this game, even with all the turnovers. So 2nd and long situation, they're going to go back to the running back, who seem to be running about as fast as a tortoise. They definitely don't have the speed on this team here, as he only gets about maybe a yard or so. So 3rd and long situation for Duke. Can they keep the drive going? The pressure is coming, but their man is open, and they find him, and he's going to be across midfield into Northwestern Wildcat territory, and Duke's drive is going to continue. 1st and 10 now. Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Quarterback's going to send the running back in motion. And the pressure's on again, but he finds his man again. And Duke's going to have another first down. So far out of the half, Duke seems to be the one who's doing something on offense. We're still 0-0 here in the second half, but this game can change here. One touchdown makes it a game. So this quarterback's going to drop back again. This time he's got a little bit of time, and he finds his man, but we have that one covered pretty well, and that's not going to be good for a first down here, but they are close. They don't need much more. And that'll bring the third quarter to a close. We are still just hanging on to the 14-3 lead here, as neither team could do much of anything coming out of the locker room into the third quarter. So let's hope these couple thousand fans in attendance can get a bang for their buck here, as Duke's going to head to their running back again, who tries to bust upfield to get the last for that first down, the last bit of yardage, but he's not going anywhere. So what is Duke going to do now on a 4th and 1? They keep the offense on the field. Can they convert? And they're not going to go with the run. Quarterback's going to roll out, but he finds his tight end, who's all alone, completely wide open. And they're going to have enough for that first down, a little bit more. So a play that seemed pretty much dead to rights, just dead in the water off the snap. The quarterback rolls out, makes something out of nothing, finds her tight end, and now Duke's got a first down in the red zone here, deep in our territory. And Duke is threatening to add some late points. So what can they do here? 2nd and 8. Can we contain Duke? We don't want to give up anything else. We're going to try and hold on to our lead as much as we can. Quarterback's going to roll out, and he's got time, and he finds our cornerback, who's got this one going the other way. There was no one in front, so we're going to take it out of the end zone. There's no one around him. He's all alone. Can he go the entire distance? 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Northwestern defense. We break that one off for about 101 yards, maybe. And a terrible kick will doink off the upright, so we we can't convert on the point after. But it does not diminish from that full 100-yard pick six that we took. So I guess say what you want about the backup quarterback play here for Duke, but he definitely did not give up a 100-yard pick six. So we go the length of the field on defense and get a huge defensive touchdown late in this game to further pad our lead. Our offense has really done nothing for us much this game. Defense has just been everything. So, which is real nice to see coming off of that Miami loss, because I felt like our defense really kind of let us down at the end after coming out strong in the beginning of that game. So our defense is holding pretty strong here throughout this game as we let their backup running back just take off here. Maybe if he had the speed, he could have broke off for the entirety that he needed for a touchdown, as he gets probably all the yards that he has in this game off of that one play. A nice run by Duke there. But another costly mistake by this Duke offense, as I don't know what their quarterback was doing, but number 16 floats that one up to our free safety, who just snags that out of the air and sends it the other way. So we give our offense another opportunity to operate and maybe add some points and extend our lead. And what can we do with it, as we get a nice little run off of number 18 to start off this drive. Second and short situation, can we pick up the rest? We had to do the running back, and he gets brought down right on the marker. But he knows he's got it, so we're going to continue moving this ball here and try and capitalize off of these Duke mistakes. We head to the fullback now, who gets brought down. And we're just playing keep away with 6 total turnovers in this game. We don't want to risk any more. It's third and long, though. We're going to try and get the rest of what we need so we can hold on to the ball and keep eating time. And we had 2 receivers run into each other. They were open there to make the play, but neither could come down with it. And you know me from the Air Force game. I'm going to try and get the points if I feel like we're even moderately close, knowing our kicker does not have the power to do so. And we didn't even get a moderately good kick, so that ball goes absolutely nowhere. Probably should have just punted, but it's whatever. We got the 20-3 lead here with just 2.5 minutes, so I'm feeling pretty confident that our defense can hold Duke as we get a nice knockout there on a potential catch for a first down. 2nd and 10 now for Duke. And another interception. And that is the second one for number 6, our cornerback. This time it doesn't go the whole distance for the pick 6, but he's got 2 on the day just by himself, as Duke's quarterback there just cannot seem to avoid our defense. And we fumble on the 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Another fumble. I don't know what it is with our ball carriers here. Our tailbacks just coughing the ball up. So it's 4th and short. We're going to keep the offense and try and extend it here to burn out the rest of the time. And we have 80 open, and his hands aren't there. So Duke's going to get the ball back. They're facing their last chances here to really get anything going, as they get a nice little reception there that'll get them close to the marker. It's a 3rd and short, only a minute left to operate. What can Duke do? Can they do anything? This quarterback's going to drop back, look over his options, and float up another one, and that one is tipped down. Could have potentially been picked off again, but just a nice defensive play there by our deep backs. So 4th and short now. Duke's got to keep the offense on the field. It is desperation. What can they do? As they go for another reversal to the fullback, who cuts up field, he finds the hole, and he has the first down. But he is injured on the play. So now in one game, Duke has lost their starting QB, running back, and fullback. Fortunately, they got their quarterback back, but I think the running back also had a similar 2-quarter injury, so he's out for the rest of the game. As the clock is ticking now, Duke's going to run the hurry up because they think they might have a chance here to do something. They're going to spike the ball and think it over here. They're down by quite a bit, and they need 17, and I don't think they have enough time to do it, but they're going to operate here quick, try and add some points. They want to go out in a blaze of glory with some style here. 3rd and 10. What can Duke do? In a very awkward, just terrible pass, but it somehow finds its way to 21. Duke has had more of those this game than I think I've seen all season. Just horrendous, well-covered passes, just finding their way to their man. So with 30 seconds, Duke is cooking now, very close to the end zone. What can they do? Just inside the red zone. And they find number 12. We had a defensive back. I think that was a strong safety. Tried to make the sliding catch. I guess he thought it was going to miss the receiver, but no, Duke converted. So with the clock running here, It's first and goal situation for Duke. And they are close. Can they add points here? As they're just waiting. They are burning their own clock before they spike it. I don't understand what they were doing. The game management here is just not there. So with 18 seconds, what can Duke do? Can they punch it in for another 6 before this game ends? And the pressure gets to the quarterback, and we get him again. Another sack. This has got to be a season high for sacks so far in a game. And the ball is flipped far away from where it needs to be. And Duke has to burn a timeout to save some time here. Third and goal with only 4 seconds, and they're just going to go with a run here. I don't know if they thought, I don't know what they thought. I mean, this is, obviously we got to give it up here to some of the game. The game's just internal mind just being completely broken. But that was just a wild turn there as the ball just kind of got flipped out on like a glitch or a toss or something, and the ref couldn't spot the ball in time. So kind of ate up the last of Duke's time there. So we walk out. Duke walks out empty-handed on that last drive there as they put together a nice little 2-minute drill. They could have potentially scored, but it didn't really work out for them. So we're going to walk out of here holding on to that 20-3 lead. As Duke, I guess, off of that last drive, their numbers are probably going to be a little bit more impressive than ours are. I mean, we really didn't do much on offense this game. But Duke just couldn't convert off of anything. Duke had plenty of chances. I mean, we had turnovers as well. But the 5, that big 5 number for turnovers for Duke is really, really what killed them. So, yeah, as you can see here, looking at our offensive stats, I mean, our quarterback had a pretty terrible game, another one. Didn't throw that many picks, so, yeah, I guess take the good with the bad, right? But 10 for 26 is horrendous. We didn't get a lot on the ground with our running back, but he did have that touchdown for us, so that was our one offensive touchdown, our second one. So our offense did enough to win, obviously, but I still feel like our defense was just the huge boost for us here, because I still don't think we were anywhere near as explosive as we needed to, given the mistakes that Duke made. I mean, this game could have easily, we should have racked up close to 50, with how poor Duke played in this game, but we really just didn't have the composure on offense. But our defense did more than enough to keep us alive in this game. So we're going to look ahead now to conference play. We're opening conference play, and boy, is it a doozy. Our first conference game of the season is against the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes in the Horseshoe. So, I mean, I've got no hopes for this game at all, but I'm going in with an open mind, and hopefully we can maybe come up with the upset of the history of college football. Who knows? Okay, keep an open mind. But I hope to see you in the Horseshoe for the next game when we take on the Buckeyes to start Big Ten conference play.